Good numbing. Hello YouTube, I hope you're all doing well, and welcome back to what will probably be, for now, the final day of Honkai. This, it's a good start. We have a pretty long gap. In fact, probably the longest gap. Good start, I already am buffering. What I mean is, the gap between 2.0 and 2.1 is not 6 weeks like usual, it's actually 7 weeks. And although it's only 1 week longer, after that story, it's gonna feel like an eternity. It's gonna be like, please. But it's wild as well, because it's 7 weeks away, and Acheron is gonna be in one of those banners, presumably the first one. It's going to be kind of crazy, because we're going to get Acheron, and then I think it's 4 weeks later, on Genshin's side of the pond, we're likely to get Arlecchino, and then like 2 weeks after that, we've probably got Sparkle back in this. I'm like, oh, oh, there's like 3 characters in the span of like 2 months, in the span of not that long. But I digress. Today we are here for Black Swan and Sparkle's companion quest, which is interesting because it unlocks now, and it's like, in the main story, Sparkle has only deceived us, and the last we left off with Black Swan, she betrayed us to, like, basically throw us over to Aventine, or Aventurine, or however you pronounce his blinking name. So, what do you mean we're doing a quest with both of them? Neither of them could be trusted. But off screen, I had a slight moment of weakness, and I got Black Swan. I couldn't help myself. She was too fascinating of a character. It also means I'm currently working on 3 different Nihility characters, but I will figure out the in-betweens as I go. I still need to get new relics for Silverwolf. In fact, I might do that today after the stream, just try and work on that a little bit more. Then I want to rework on Kafka, and then you can see I've barely started with Black Swan. I've barely got anything for her. It's the restart of a week, so getting the ornaments, the middle pieces, I can at least have a good effort at that, because I can do 1 full run, get the bonus coin things, and then do a whole nother run using the bonus coins to get another set, another like 4 intervals of it. I'm not going to try and get any ease for Black Swan. I'm okay as is. The only character I'd be interested in trying to get reruns over is Acheron. But I digress. Off screen, I cleared up all the treasure chests in Golden Hour. Most of the ones I was missing were like the Trash Lords. There was like 1 chest like in this corner here, but I managed to find them all. I looked up a guide and found all 20 of the birds in this area as well. I haven't found all 60 of the birds in the update total, but I've made good headway. So we go down to Dream's Edge. Dream's Edge, I didn't even need a guide to find all the birds. A lot of them are pretty obvious. The only one that's a little awkward is like when you first do this and come down here, there's like a water tower in the corner, and it's like you can't be standing near it, you need to be actually looking up at it. So that one I had to do like 2 runs before I actually spotted it and went, oh, and then got it. But they weren't too bad. I am still missing a treasure chest though, and I honestly don't know where it is. I know it's not one of the Trash Lords because I've got the achievement for taking down every Trash Lord in the update. So I think it is either just a stray treasure chest, or more likely a golden, whatever those like space pig things are called. I forget what they're called. That I need to take down. That's just looking like a secret corner or somewhere. Child's Dream, I actually got them all before we finished the update, because literally 9 out of the 10 of them are in here. It's very easy to find. The only ones I haven't found all of is in the Reverie, because the Reverie, although it's, you know, still not the biggest area, it's got a lot more going on with it. Like you can see with my treasure chest count, I'm still missing a fair bit here. And where are the birds? Are they on? Okay, on the ground floor. Yeah, I'm missing a few. I've got 13 of 20. I'm still missing 7 of them. And my reward is Aventine looking really sus. So nah, I'm not sure I want that yet. But I digress. To start this mission, that is not the menu I went to. That is still not the menu I went to. You can see bottom left, bottom left. How has this not been fixed? We need to go speak to the creepy eyeball, Dr. Edward. You receive a message from Dr. Edward. Dr. Edward has invited you to the Dreamscape sales store to experience a dream left to you by a lady named Black Swan. Of course, you know who Black Swan is, but cannot think why she would have left a dream for you. Go to the Dreamscape sales store to see. Perhaps you will only receive your answer once you experience it yourself. So let us do so. I have been swerving this so wide because I've been paranoid it will auto-activate when you get close. Like, yes, like it does. Of course.
Welcome to the Dreamscape sales store.
Welcome, long time no see, big ol' eye.
A long time no see. I've already made the necessary preparations. Be careful, though. We did pass the safety inspection stipulated by Article 027, damaged ferrets, and Article 076, waste. However, this Dreamscape will feature...
I think the camera angles put us, like, real close to a radio because, like, wow, that music is outpowering this thing.
Make for a very vivid experience. Veteran gamers.
Veteran gamers, oh boy. Not me, then.
If you're into that kind of thing. If you feel any discomfort, please leave the Dreamscape immediately and seek professional medical help. Luckily, I just so happen to be an excellent doctor. Albeit a psychiatric one.
I wonder if we're ever going to meet, like, the real Dr. Edward, or whether it is just, like, an AI core thing.
And rest your forehead on the dream. Oh, yes. I nearly forgot.
Black Swan mentioned.
Girl mentioned something before she left.
The nature of this memory is special. Don't ruin the Dreamscape experience for anyone else by spoiling the ending.
Is that the game calling people out, saying, hey, don't spoil shit? Black Swan is in your team. Okay. Considering my Black Swan is not built, yeah, I will. I'll do that. The reason why Bronya's the one to go is because if I do put Acheron in main team, or if Sparkle is good, put Sparkle in my main team, Bronya's the only role I can reasonably see letting go.
There's no question about it. This is murder.
Ooh. Which I know is like blasphemy, because Bronya, as like I've been saying in streams, is one of the most future-proofed characters in the game, just because she has the ability to give a free turn. But that doesn't mean I always want her in my team. I kind of really want either Acheron or Sparkle in. Acheron because I always have Raiden characters in these games, and Sparkle because she stole my heart. And if my theory about her secretly being the SAM is right, or secretly being Sam is right, I'm really curious what her moveset's going to be like.
Murder. Such a foreign word to us. The people of Penacony could never.
Also, I kind of noticed this the other day, but I didn't really like think on it, and it was only when I was off stream that I kind of really thought on it. Is it me, or are the generic NPC models in Penacony like more detailed? Like compared to, it feels like they've like gone back and like made like the base board for like just NPCs just have a little bit more detail here and there and more character to them, because look at this. Look at this Bloodhound family member. They look like they've got just that little bit more detail going on. They don't look as bland and generic as, you know, they used to.
In a dream, even if you're bashed 1,000 times with a hammer, at worst, you'll still wake up in reality in a hotel.
Not necessarily. Even if the result does not constitute harm, the criminal intent
Alright, is this Sampo or is this Sparkle?
You specifically came here to cordon off the scene because of the unsavory nature of this case, right?
You're not wrong. Even if there are no casualties, being smashed over the head with a hammer in the middle of the street for no reason at all? This is not the kind of thing that happens on Penacony. You are guests of the Oak family, so you may investigate the crime scene. I'll be on standby over here.
Is that like Amy's Pico Pico hammer from Sonic? Come on.
Just how did you manage to convince them in the blink of an eye that we're some kind of detectives?
Tell the truth or offer no explanation. Oh, the temptation. And the fact that it's like, yeah, we're in control of Black Swan, so it's like, do we get to be this cheeky, sly one? I hope we get to learn more about Black Swan, not even just through this, but in the main story as well. I'll offer no explanation.
Some suggestions at the memory level. If something happens in everybody's memory, then that something becomes a fact. Rather than hearing endless explanations, would you like to experience it for yourself?
No.
Save that for the end. Sabba's like, oh shit, hang on. Hang on, I'm in danger here. Oh, I'm going to enjoy playing as Black Swan if I get to tease, bully, and attack Sampo after all the BS he put us through. Even if it was technically Sparkle, I'm counting Eurilo 6 when I say all the BS this man has put us through.
Then, on to the next order of business. Let's discuss your companion, shall we?
Memo Keeper of the Garden of Recollection.
Okay, yeah, so this is Sparkle.
I've been watching you for quite some time. You stole a glance at me when you first entered the hotel. You followed me wherever I went inside the dreamscape. In the windows along the commercial street. In the pond water reflections of the Aiden Park. Even in the reflections of the wine glass. Everywhere. My dear, do you have a crush on me? Well then, seeing as you're so interested in me, let's play a little game.
Sparkle, you don't get to play that, oh my, you into me card, when all we know about you is like how you treated Aventine. Like, no. You don't get to be a genuinely kind of horrible human being, even if it was to an also kind of horrible human being. And then just be like, oh my goodness, are you into me? Like, no. No, if Sparkle was like a real person, it'd be one of those people that you'd just be like, hey, don't go near them. Just leave them alone, because they are vicious.
I left a puzzle for you, Nero Timol. Solve it and prove that you're capable of pleasing me. If you can solve it, then we can talk. Don't leave me waiting, my dear. Before Penacony gets flipped upside down, try to find me, catch me, and stop me.
Why is Sparkle being kind of flirty with Black Swan?
There's actually more than one memo keeper who's come to Penacony. She's mixed me up with someone else. But no harm, no foul. The address that the mask gave you is right here. But you never would have thought that when Miss Sparkle mentioned a game, she was talking about wanton slaughter.
Oh, is this actual Sampo?
Penacony. Such a direct.
Now I'm confused. I thought like Sampo was not Sampo. Maybe Sampo. This is actually Sampo. Wait, does that mean when we first bumped into Sampo, was that actually Sampo? And it was only the second time it was Sparkle?
Madam,
oh boy.
Forgive me. I had no idea about anything she said. As you saw, I went through a brain scan and everything. I'm just a friend, helping her deliver a letter. That's all. I never knew this was actually a declaration of warfare. They say.
So is this how they're doing it?
Messenger. So maybe you
I was saying at the start, I was like, I don't get how they're gonna make us like just go chat with Black Swan and Sparkle, considering both of them have betrayed us. You don't. It's like a flashback quest.
What a frightened look you have. Don't worry. Since this has nothing to do with you, I won't be suspecting you of anything. Why don't you come take a stroll with me?
Oh, seems like I can't escape.
Yeah, Sampo, you're not leaving our sight. Just because you might not be the person I think you were, maybe, I don't know, doesn't mean I suddenly trust you. Eurilo 6 is a raw wound of your BS, your meddling. Bailiff and constable. cool.
If there's anything you'd like to know, please ask away.
Who was
Regarding the victim,
An IPC employee named Shamari.
Shamari.
Eyewitnesses reported that a tall, strong man wearing a large robe with long sleeves walked right past Shamari, then suddenly assaulted him with a hammer.
Tall, strong man wearing a large robe.
Shamari collapsed on the spot and woke up from the dream. The murderer vanished in a flash.
Ooh, that sounds just like Sparkle. Her best asset is transforming her appearance to look like someone else.
Regarding the Sweet Dreams troupe present at the scene of the crime, with like 20 minutes in, I need to be able to speak better.
Who are those two little guys?
Little guys.
Seems like the assailants stole the troop from elsewhere and deliberately placed them here. What nerve. They don't even have the slightest consideration for public order. Those two have clammed up. I wonder if you two could help pry open their mouths.
Looks like a puzzle that Sparkle has left behind for you.
Regarding evidence at the scene of the crime,
Any leads yet?
This is a developing case, so there aren't many clues yet. All we have to go by are the weapon used by the assailant and the victim's ID. They didn't even take the weapon with them. Sounds like they're trying to provoke us. Despicable.
can we summon the victim?
Where's Mr. Shamari right now? I'd like to meet him.
I'm afraid you can't. The Oaks came forward and calmed him down. Mr. Shamari expressed that he understands the unpredictable nature of dreams, and went on to vacation in another dreamscape.
Oh, and because this is only 2.0, another dreamscape means no. Unless that other dreamscape is one of the ones that's tied to the plot, which it's not going to be. It can only be one of the other big realms that like March or Himiko and such went to. Because we're the only one that went the Golden Hour.
Best not to bother him. Guest experiences always have to come first.
Oh, I'm afraid by the time we find him, half of Penacony will have been sent back to reality by Sparkle.
Looks like we'll have to play this little game of sparkles then.
Speak with the constable and bailiff.
Lady Black Swan, you're here! I'm the constable, and this here assisting me is the bailiff for this case.
Mr. Coldfeet, why'd you do it?
So they can talk after all. Miss Black Swan, they're heading straight for you.
Don't interrupt, I wasn't talking to you. Ahem. I understand Lady Black Swan has quite the intellect.
Like I said, get to the bottom of the mystery of the Sparkle murder case. But everyone knows it's Sparkle, so what the heck's the mystery? Is it just trying to find out where she is?
The Sparkle murder case? Wasn't the victim Shamari from the IPC?
You're wrong, Lady Black Swan. The victim is evidently none other than the matriarch of the Goldhammer family, Miss Sparkle Goldhammer.
Oh, I guess Miss Sparkle has written herself into the skit here, and this has nothing to do with the actual case. Goldhammer? Is that her real surname?
Never heard of it. Sounds made up. Sparkle doesn't sound like a real name either.
Yeah, isn't her name like Hanari or something?
Miss Sparkle was supposed to receive 3 valiant warriors at the Goldhammer residence today, but upon their arrival, all they found was her body. Miss Sparkle had been smashed over the head by a hammer and died on the spot. Such a brutal act of violence.
My investigations discovered that the 3 warriors were supposed to escort supplies back to their territory the day before, but they were unexpectedly ambushed by the Annihilation Gang.
Oh, so the Annihilation Gang, if they're to be believed, has already started their attack here.
They narrowly escaped and barely got away with their lives, finding their supplies almost completely raided. So they all shared a motive for killing Miss Sparkle, to escape punishment.
So the 3 of them teamed up to kill her.
Is the case closed?
No, there can only be 1 murderer. It's not an unsolved mystery if there are 3 murderers. Hang on. Wait.
If you can't justify it, don't bother.
Got it! Those three were all vying against each other to be number 2. They couldn't have cooperated on anything!
You're making it up as you go along, Constable.
That actually doesn't make much sense. Even if they were on bad terms, those three...
Please begin your investigation, Lady Black Swan. There are lots of clues at the crime scene that are sure to help you apprehend the real culprit.
I've got the case file right here. If you want to learn more about the suspects, talk to me.
Can we not just, like, beat these two time wasters up now?
Lady Black Swan, allow me to introduce the 3 suspects to you. Lefton, Zhongshan, and Wright.
Lefton, Zhongshan, and Wright. What, didn't you want to call the middle one Center?
Lefton is one of Miss Sparkle's chief lieutenants, whose right hand was unfortunately severed while he was valiantly fighting off the Annihilation Gang. He's now learning how to write and hold a fork with his left hand. How tough that must be! Then there's Zhongshan. This guy's a coward who ran away as soon as a group spotted some bandits along the road. He ended up smashing into the side of a cliff and getting his face disfigured. It's a real shame, as he used to be one of the rare handsome men left around town. Last of all comes Wright. This guy was so insatiably greedy that he still came back to try and embezzle the rest of the supplies after they narrowly escaped with their lives, lying about how the gang had taken off with everything. Lefton and Zhongshan were so incensed that they broke his legs.
Hang on, I'm confused here. Left on? Right? Is this some kind of joke?
What? Where did you get that idea from? Do you need me to go over it all again?
That won't be necessary. Left lost his right. Shang busted his face. Wrighton lost a leg.
That won't be necessary. I've memorized every detail.
No wonder you're a memo keeper.
Oh, and we got the case review. Investigate the crime scene. What is this, LA Noire?
ID card. Talent Motivation Department, Shamari. Is this the victims?
Mr. Shamari's belongings should have disappeared alongside him as he woke from the dreamscape. The fact that this ID is here means Miss Sparkle placed it here on purpose to prove that she definitely attacked someone.
Holy moly! This hammer is super heavy! This must be the murder weapon for the Sparkle murder case!
Miss Sparkle also used it to attack Mr. Shamari.
I'm barely able to lift this using both hands! I have no idea how Sparkle could ever use this to hit
I imagine
a target.
Sparkle used all of her fish spirits to kind of move it around. Because the hammer's like twice as big as her.
Is that all the evidence? How are we meant to solve this with so little to go on?
Oh, welcome back.
Oh, you scared me! When did you pop out?
The 2 pieces of evidence that you found are related to the attack on Shamari. Miss Sparkle didn't leave them lying around for no reason. They're clues to the puzzle, but there are still some other clues that were placed in other areas, so they won't spoil the crime scene.
Isn't that a bit unnecessary?
No. It's disruptive to have a stack of irrelevant things crowding a crime scene. Miss Sparkle is a law-abiding citizen who'd never bring extra trouble to the family.
Seems quite nice of her, if you ask me.
Looks like Miss Sparkle is adding a little spice to the investigation. Let's take her up on her offer then. Mr. Assistant Detective, this way.
Oh no. As we get to listen to this little groove again.
little device here for? Could you please let me know?
Why is like everything
It
that's
looks
like the
like a
sparkle
little
has like
button.
Sparkle's aesthetic on it? Oh, here's the weapon I killed with it, and it's got all of like the flowery imprints on it that's like in Sparkle's eyes and costume. Oh, here's the button that she probably hit to detonate a bomb.
Whatever you do, don't push it! That's the mutually assured destruction button that Miss Sparkle installed. Once pushed, Miss Sparkle and the entire
Yeah, right, I'll believe that when I see it. Wax the button.
instantaneously go up in smoke. Miss Sparkle also has her own button. The second she pushes hit, you and the entirety of Penacony will instantaneously go up in smoke.
That sounds like both buttons can do the exact same thing.
Correct. Exactly the same.
Oh,
Aren't you going to ask me why?
okay. Why?
Because she is fair.
This is nuts.
the mutually assured destruction button. One little press of the button will level all of Penacony. Who wouldn't want to try pressing it? They should let you press it, and then it like immediately hard cuts, like to like a black screen, and just kind of saying why. No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a different route. We're going under the gap. They rearranged this a little bit. I know it's not the first game to do it. If anything, the game was paying homage to it. But every time we do these sections, I can't help but get like huge Hat in Time vibes. I was always going to go back to Hat in Time and try and do more Death Wish. Because I did enjoy it. It's just some of the Death Wish challenges we had left were a little on the bullshit side. I mean, a lot of them are kind of on the bullshit side, but they were getting a little absurd.
What's this? A plush toy?
And the ones for the cruise ship, the missions for the cruise ship, they were absurd.
Regardless of why it's designed to look like the conductor aboard the Astral Express, this doll, is it connected to the case?
Have you ever heard
Oh,
of
wait, Black Swan knows what Pom Pom looks like? Interesting.
detective stories? It's a fake clue that leads you down the wrong path.
I see. But when it's so obvious, doesn't that defeat the purpose?
That's just in case you didn't realize the ingenuity of Miss Sparkle and were worried.
Also,
about
why is the
putting
constable,
together
like, following us
a
into here?
useless clue.
How'd it fit?
I see. Thank you for your keen insight. Then, let's pretend we were misled by a red herring. This doll, could it be connected to the case?
I love this sarcasm.
You don't have to play along that hard, you know.
Alright, that was actually kind of cute. I didn't realize that she had that much of a playful side.
This notice seems like a hint for us from Miss Sparkle.
The Goldhammer Residence Security Regulations. To prevent criminals from hurting our great and lovely Miss Sparkle, the Goldhammer Residence shall abide by the following regulations from today onwards. All retainers and visitors must enter and exit the Golden Hammer Residence using the facial recognition system. Those who cannot pass through the facial recognition system will be killed on the spot. These regulations are in effect indefinitely.
That sounded like a story from ancient times. And why did the facial recognition system suddenly go out?
This is so her style, isn't it? Doesn't look like there are any more clues. Let's head back to the crime scene.
Next, should we pin down the identity of the perpetrator? This evidence, I've been staring at it all day, but There's nothing that can identify the perp. Lefton, that guy lost his hand. Remember Zhongshan's face was disfigured after the incident at the cliff? Right? I remember this one best. Right has a broken leg.
Why don't we flip the question and start by asking who couldn't be the murderer? After all, there are only 3 suspects, so elimination could be a valid method.
If you put it like that, then do you already have someone in mind? Tell me, come on.
Figure out the answer to the puzzle. Uh-oh.
So, who exactly is the murderer? Lefton, that guy lost his hand.
ID belongs to Shamaria. Workers and most IP staff value the ID greatly. Apparently, some even had it installed onto their forehead. If with one hand, yeah.
Based on the bailiff's statement, Lefton's dominant hand was seriously injured to the point where he had to learn how to live using only his left hand. Swinging that giant sledgehammer to murder someone, that must be hard for him. Probably impossible. Lefton's suspicion level can be downgraded.
Yours, it says installed to the forehead.
Who exactly? Remember Zhongshan's face? Oh, is that so?
Aww.
Poor guy. He was seriously
It's installed into the forehead, so it's like disfigured face. Come on.
To keep his good looks safe. If that's the case, then he couldn't have made it through the Goldhammer Residence's facial recognition system. That would suggest that Zhongshan is not the murderer.
By process of elimination, it seems that only Right could be the murderer. That was easy. Let's tell the constable our answer and see what he thinks.
Please begin your investigation, Lady Black Swan.
Please begin your investigation. We've already solved it, Constable.
To help you apprehend the real culprit.
The murderer is Right.
You have answered correctly! As expected, you didn't disappoint, Lady Black Swan. Game rules stipulate I must tell you where the next puzzle is.
Huh? The next puzzle? I didn't sign up for this.
Looks like the key to winning lies not in the puzzle itself, but in the motives behind Miss Sparkle's strange behavior. I'm afraid this chase may just go on forever.
I have to remind you that Sparkle is a masked fool? Do you plan on finding logic in the mind of a masked fool?
That's exactly what I plan on doing. Even if it's just subjective, there must be an overall principle behind the behavior. Memories cannot lie, and hers may just understand more about her than she does herself. Right now, let's follow her train of thought and head to the next puzzle. I hope this time we can get ahead of the Bloodhound family. I want to try and avoid using my Memo Keeper powers.
Hurry to the scene of Sparkle's upcoming crime. Oh, it's a double feature.
So why are you so focused on Sparkle's challenge? Or should I ask, are you more focused on Sparkle herself?
Oh, I was curious to see if Black Swan would respond then and there.
I told you, it's purely out of a spirit of competitiveness. And, as a Memo Keeper, I also have to fulfill my responsibilities and harvest some interesting memories.
Harvest? Jesus.
Whoa, this place is a complete...
Sheriff and Deputy Sheriff.
Those 2 weirdos are probably here too.
There's nobody else at the scene. Seems like Miss Sparkle used the same method to send dreamers back.
Oh, I just realized we got
reality.
blocked off behind us when we entered.
Let's talk to those two there, then.
Oh, Detective Black Swan and Detective Sampo! You finally made it!
We don't know what we'd do without your help.
Why are you talking like that? Is this some sort of artistic performance that young people are into these days?
Is there something wrong with the way we are talking? Deputy Sheriff, am I talking in a strange way?
Oh, of course not, Sheriff. The way you talk is no stranger than the cat that climbs the apple tree in my grandma's backyard.
Huh. The skit this time is a modernist one.
Let's discuss this difficult case then. The victim is a galactic business magnate named Sparkle.
Her again? Sparkle really is obsessed with scripting her own death.
Oh, for the laughter. If you undercut me one more time, I swear I'm gonna kick you in the butt. Ahem. Miss Sparkle came to the fashion store to buy herself a brand new tie. She didn't come back out. After a long time, the shopkeeper went in to see what was going on, but instead discovered Miss Sparkle's body. She had been strangled to death. There were 3 suspects on the scene, namely a Pepeshi shopkeeper named Brent, a Foxian gambler named Zhongshan, and a wealthy Intellitron trader called Lefton.
Our old friends.
It's not just to aid your memory. We've added more descriptions to help tell them apart.
Miss Sparkle is so gracious.
Based on surveillance footage, witness testimony, and various pieces of evidence, the killer is ultimately among these 3, and they were not working in cahoots.
You're too lazy to be a suspect, right?
Oh, for the laughter! If I talk any more with you, it'll make my pure soul filthy!
Detective Black Swan, the dossiers are over here. You can learn more about the suspects from me. I trust you'll be able to cut through the hogwash and find out who Miss Sparkle's killer is.
Alright, Deb.
Let me introduce the identities of these suspects to you. It's very straightforward. First of all is the shopkeeper, right? He's one of the Pepeshi people and only stands as tall as Sparkle's waist, which is often a source of teasing for him. He can get pretty salty about it. Next up, you have the merchant Lefton. He wants to join up with the Penacony Trading Guild and is in direct competition with Miss Sparkle. That could be a motive for killing her. Finally, there is the gambler Zhongshan. He lost a bet to Miss Sparkle, and he had to hand over his family heirloom. It's possible he harbored a grudge against her. That's all the information we have. Do you need me to repeat it?
That won't be necessary. I remember it all. And there's the tie.
Wow, Sparkle, what business meeting were you going to?
That skit before said that the deceased was strangled. Is this tie some kind of joke murder weapon?
The tag on the tie reads, "Only for Imperial Master Lefton." Seems like it's one of Miss Sparkle's personal belongings.
That's not how you use the word imperial.
There's an accounting book lying on the ground.
Also, are we going to get any kind
It
of
must have been
establishment about how
specially
Black
placed
Swan and
there by
Sampo know each
Sparkle.
other, like, at all? Or is it just, like, assumed that they just know each other? Or did Sampo show up and go, hey, this Sparkle woman's pretending to be me, we need to stop her? And Black Swan went, oh, okay, this might be interesting.
On the title page is written Chen Katong. Is that someone's name? A code name. Oh, I think it's the name of the owner of this book.
This Jian Katong person should be Sparkle's targeted victim this time around.
Oh, now we got to do this bit. Alright, I'm starting to get the pattern.
So, it's just like the first case then. Only 2 pieces of evidence. The rest hidden inside her memories again, right?
Miss Sparkle doesn't want to distract your investigation.
She doesn't want to distract our investigation? What a law-abiding citizen this Sparkle is. Why doesn't she surrender then?
It is funny hearing Sampo get a little wound up, though. Of all the things he's put us through, hearing him get a little annoyed is like, yeah, this is the least you deserve. Are they all up the stairs? Oh, that one's in the clock puzzle, huh? Oh, okay.
A little stool that seems quite normal. There are 2 small footprints drawn on it in crayon.
The footprints, which are half as big as standard, must belong to a Pepeshi person.
Perhaps it's just that this person's drawing skills are extraordinary.
Wright's stool. Oh, I see how we're getting up there now.
What's that smell? Why is there a smoked red
Red herring.
Mr. Sampo, take a look. This is a wonderful smoked red herring.
Somebody save me from this cringe joke.
Jesus Christ, Sampo.
Even among the fools I know, Miss Sparkle's sense of humor stands out from the rest.
Have you dealt with many masked fools before?
No, only a handful. After all, I prefer warm memories baked in sunshine. They're the ones that usually belong to kind people.
That's genuinely kind of funny, to be fair. Sampo might think it's cringe, but I think it's funny. Maybe it's just a showcase of how, like, devolved my sense of humor's become.
This clock is...
Open it up and take a look.
Does it literally just do that? I like how the Dream Ticker challenges, when it's like in the story mode, they're very easy. The moment they're not in the story mode, some of them get a little like you have to stop and think for a minute.
Too. Why was it planted inside another device?
Because this ring was found inside the victim's mouth. We want to reconstruct the scene of the crime.
In the victim's mouth.
Even Black Swan's starting to get a little like, wait, what?
Hey, there's something engraved inside the ring. Zhongshan family heirloom. That should be it. Let's head out.
I have to thank you, Mr. Assistant Detective, but the puzzle this time is pretty strange.
Have you found out who the killer is?
Just some shallow intuition. Anyway, let's report back to the sheriff for now.
I mean, is it just trying to paint that it's center? That's just what I'm gonna call him. It's left and right and Shaoshan. Like, come on, it's left, right, and center.
What's that? You found out who the killer is?
Pretty much.
You live up to your reputation, Detective Black Swan. As smart as the nest of magpies roosting in the roof of my Uncle Frank's garage.
This guy is mixing up his birds here.
Then go ahead. Who is the killer, and what evidence do you have to prove the case? Good. Then let us appreciate your powers of deduction.
I'm not sure.
Once again, another moment of peace has passed within our minds. And that concludes the news. I wish you all safe and sound dreams.
Have you right as a Pepeshi citizen, and Miss Sparkle was a low-key bigot, always laughing at
Low key. Even the game acknowledges. Considering this is all set up by Sparkle, this is technically Sparkle admitting that she knows she's kind of racist. That's kind. Oh.
This stool is a piece of evidence, right?
That's right! That's the one! Miss Sparkle always teased poor Wright until he was unable to take it any longer. Eventually, murderous intent was born. Taking advantage of his position, he stole Lefton's tie and told Miss Sparkle, "Miss, please come with me to the changing room. I'd like to show you a matching tie." Miss Sparkle never thought Wright would retaliate against her, so she went back with him to the changing room. As Wright stood atop the stool and helped Miss Sparkle try on the tie as usual, he then suddenly pulled it tight. And that's how he killed Miss Sparkle.
I mean, that probably wouldn't make sense, because I think, although Sparkle doesn't look the most physically strong, I'm sure she could push back against a character that's literally half her height.
What a tragedy! If it weren't for your incisive detective work, the murderer would still be at large.
Is something wrong here? This is too easy. The first case wasn't hard, but this one...
As you can imagine, the conclusions that the evidence points to are not mutually exclusive. Which means, this is probably another prank from Miss Sparkle. Mr. Assistant Detective, please feel free to point out a suspect as the murderer.
Ah, I see. Sheriff, the murderer is Lefton. The evidence is the tie, right?
Correct, Detective Sampo. I never thought you'd be...
Oh, I had a feeling. I was gonna say, you could say any of them and it would still technically be right.
Sheriff, the murderer is right. The evidence is the stool, right?
Yes! For the laughter, how did I fail to realize this formidable intellect of yours?
Then, right from the start, there was no murderer. The evidence is the ring. Whatever, I'm just spitballing here.
Goodness me! Deputy Sheriff, is he really a genius? How could such an unfathomable mystery be solved so easily by him?
Look, Miss Sparkle has given us a puzzle where every single answer is correct.
Why take it so seriously? Miss Sparkle is a masked fool, not a masked
Is this technically the third time Sparkle... I nearly said Miss Sparkle because of this blinking sheriff. Sparkle has said something along the lines of, "Why so serious?" She really is turning into the Joker.
Entertaining detective experience. Anyway,
Do you think she grew up watching Dark Knight?
Detective Black Swan has cracked the case. I will now share Miss Sparkle's next puzzle with you.
So that's it? This is just going to go on and on forever? We can't do that.
Then I wish you both the best. Oh yes, if you're not in a hurry, I can tell you the answers for some of the outcomes you never chose.
Sure.
Detective Black Swan, would you like to...
Why, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Seeing as you put so much work into everything.
If I said it was
Lefton is
Lefton...
a wealthy merchant who has been competing with Miss Sparkle for decades. They're always at each other's throats.
This tie is a piece of evidence, right?
That's right. That's the one. This tie belongs to Lefton.
If there's no
And it
incorrect
just so
answers, I think
happens
regardless
to
of
be
what I
the
put,
murderer
it
in
would...
this case. Could the evidence be any more solid than this? Lefton snuck into the changing room and waited for poor Miss Sparkle to enter before using this very tie to brutally kill her. And then he stuffed Zhongshan's ring into her mouth as a way to try and frame him. What a tragedy! If it weren't for your incisive detective work, the murderer would still be at large. This guy, Zhongshan, is a card shark who used to play Get the Koi with Miss Sparkle. He gambled away his entire family fortune.
Nothing. I thought there was an answer for every single permutation.
Don't go too far. Miss Sparkle will
Oh, wow.
Zhongshan is a...
That's funny. She's like, well, hang on a minute, he might get tired.
This ring is a piece of evidence, right?
That's right.
That's actually kind of funny. Greg Miller. Because I was thinking that, I was like, what if I actually like present the red herring?
He was planning on robbing it. He'd stolen Lefton's tie and was just about
The actual one, not the gimmick one.
The one who'd stolen his family fortune from him. So he darted into the changing room and tried to get back his ring. Who could have known that Miss Sparkle would end up swallowing that ring? All Zhongshan could do was use the tie in his hand to try and strap down her neck to prevent her from swallowing the ring. But he unexpectedly managed to strangle Miss Sparkle to death. What a tragedy! If it weren't for your incisive detective work, the murderer would still be at large.
We already know the right one, so what if they said it's no murderer? Is that the one where you present the account book?
Nothing.
Don't go too far. What do you mean by that?
What if I put the smoked red herring?
Nothing.
Oh, like I don't know which one it is. I'm just gonna try
This tie
it.
is a piece of evidence, right?
That's right. That's the one. Miss Sparkle stole Lefton's tie to see if it would fit her. But who knew that Lefton had an anti-theft device installed on it? After Miss Sparkle affixed the tie to her neck, it rapidly contracted, thereby strangling
All right.
her. She tried swallowing her ring to preserve her breathing passage, but unfortunately, she was beyond saving. What a tragedy! If it weren't for your incisive detective work, the three suspects would all...
I'm good.
I'd rather not play around. We don't...
We know the rights one because we literally did it.
Just as you said, solving puzzles is all
I like how it
just
said that she made a situation so we could always pass it, but it didn't take us much effort to dig in and find an example of her not passing. For her and for it to go, wait, no, we don't have an answer for that.
Truly, Miss Sparkle is a fascinating person.
But
She seems
Sparkle
chaotic
thinks she's like in
inside,
control
but
and super
easy
smart, but she
enough
really
to
didn't think of
understand.
everything, and it shows.
Like a performer on the stage or child hungering for attention. This game will be over soon. This time, we're going to catch her.
Miss Black Swan, Mr. Sampo, you're finally here.
Rule of three, probably the last one.
Detective of Penacony. And next to me here is my assistant detective.
A murder in a locked room has left us all stumped.
As expected, another change in setting.
Yesterday, my assistant and I were visiting the famed artist Miss Sparkle, and we stayed the night. But this morning, Miss Sparkle didn't come out of her bedroom. The butler, Zhongshan, said that the door was locked from inside, so we ought not to have disturbed her. But Miss Sparkle had never slept in so late. And no matter how hard he knocked, there was no answer from inside.
As soon as I heard, I knew something must have happened. So I acted decisively and broke the door down to get inside.
The room was covered in spattered blood. Miss Sparkle's body was lying right in the middle, her face white as snow. One look told me she'd been dead for some time.
Thinking quickly, I grabbed the artist's canvas to staunch Miss Sparkle's blood, but... alas, poor Miss Sparkle! She's left us now forever!
Besides us and Zhongshan the butler, Lefton the cook and Wright the driver were also at the scene of the crime. What would you like to do?
Presumably, Miss Sparkle is now carefully arranging the next crime scene, right? Why don't you skip all this rigmarole and just have a heart-to-heart conversation with me? It might tickle a little.
Wait up! Wait up!
Honest kid. I know where you are, Miss Sparkle.
No
cheating!
Huh. Mr. Assistant Detective. You seem to be getting anxious.
No, it's...
Oh, right,
This
no, it
locker
is
room murder case
Sparkle
is
Sampo
pretty
got it.
fun. I want to guess who it was.
Let's go. Can't keep a girl waiting, can we?
Hey, Miss Black Swan, wait up, wait up! Miss Sparkle has one final message to announce. Ding-a-ling! Now comes the most exciting and romantic moment in any drama. The audience challenge. Everyone knows that the mighty masked fool Sparkle can change her appearance to look like others. And in this drama, the villain Sparkle has disguised herself as another character. So then, I put to you, which character is it? Also, if you're interested in the locked room case that the memo keeper ignored, you can try out your powers of deduction. I put lots into coming up with the puzzle, so don't let it go to waste. Thus, the masked genius Miss Sparkle has thrown down the gauntlet. All the clues are in motion. Happy hunting!
Wait, are they actually saying, hey, if you want to, you can still try and solve it, or you can just move on? That's... okay, you know what, I'll bite. They don't need to detect to become two lifeless bodies, seem they no longer complete their mission. Oh, it means as in, like, in your own time, not in the game. That's actually kind of interesting. Like, they put the evidence in front of you and say, like, if you want to solve it, you can. If you want to just carry on.
Miss, why didn't you just do this earlier?
Such a crude approach violates my aesthetics of memory. But as a means to an end, I need to put this aside for a more indifferent process.
Uh-oh.
There's no weird, sweet dreams troop. Nor is there evidence strewn all over the place. We finally caught up with her. But what's that thing? A Bella Boggian trash can? In Penacony?
Hey! Dear Memo Keeper and Mr. Coldfeet, you made it. I didn't expect you to skip the final puzzle. That's on me. Alright. Miss Sparkle cares not for the faults of ants like me. Come then, this is the final question. Listen up. What creature has 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon,
Oh, are we really playing this game?
3 legs at night?
A human being.
No murder case this time around?
Sometimes it's
like the oldest riddle in the book.
Easy. Come on, dear.
This morning, it's representative of... a baby, you know, when they crawl on all fours. 2 in the afternoon is during the majority of your life. Throughout the afternoon day, you walk on your 2. And by the evening, when you're old, you might have a walking stick, which is often referred to as a 3rd leg.
Since it's a classic puzzle, the answer is people, right?
Wah, wah. Wrong answer. How could it be as boring as that? The correct answer is... Sparkle! When sleepy in the morning, she can't get out of bed. She runs about all afternoon in a fluster, so is exhausted by evening. It has
Okay. The answer is Sparkle. If she's sleeping in the morning, she can't get out of bed, so she just kind of she just crawls around. She runs around in the afternoon in a fluster, and so she's so exhausted by evening, but she still has to hold her hand. So you tell me she just crawls in the morning and crawls in the evening, but at least in the evening she kind of like does more on her elbow because she has to brush her teeth still? Bruh.
So naturally she's got 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night.
What the heck was that jibber jabber?
What a cute answer.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Black Swan. That's kind of adorable.
Thanks for the compliment, my dear. But you can't try to fool me, seeing as you've just tried to cheat. Wrong answer. Accept your punishment.
Ill fate descends.
No, I kind of want ice to be the other thing it's weak to.
I'm scared.
Stay put.
Protect me. Protect me.
Save it for your own skin.
Ill tidings manifest.
Who's next?
Stand.
I always love to when these things made. Jesus.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again. Give me strength.
Save it for your
Don't
own
mess
skin.
with
Ill fate descend.
I kind of wanted to try and use her ultimate, but oh well.
Holy smokes! What's up with this guy? He just came out swinging from nowhere. Huh? No voices? This guy's pretty quiet. Miss, let's hurry up. Flip open the lid and find the girl.
Wait. Don't move. Something's off.
Oh,
Miss, you killed Sparkle.
why is this like a Danganronpa? Like a Danganronpa murder reveal. What was that flash of
In the Garden of Recollection. What did you do?
That's literally like how they present a body in Dangan. But who? Sorry, I had to take a screenshot. That's funny. Wait, he, like zoomed up and down the whole body. I was just waiting for like the sound cue to bit.
You did this, didn't you? Killing people in their dreams. Only the Remembrance has the powers to do that. You planned it out all from the start because she teased you and was pranking you. You wanted to kill her. Oh, I understand. You refused to let me go because you wanted to drag me into all of this. If I don't agree, I'll end up just like she did.
There is no death inside Penacony's dreamscape. That's the promise of the family and the blessing of the harmony. Not even a memo keeper can break this barrier. There's no need to take such great pains. If you just want confirmation, I've already told you the answer, Miss Sparkle.
Miss Sparkle? Who are you talking to?
You. Sparkle has disguised herself as another character. Wouldn't that be you, Mr. Sampo?
This? Don't jump to conclusions! If you want to accuse me of being Sparkle, you have to provide the evidence. Oh, I'm afraid evidence is a little too hard to come by. So, deduction will do.
The hint for the final question was a little too obvious.
Oh, you mean the locked room murder. I thought you weren't doing that one.
All the painstaking effort that Miss Sparkle put into it. How could I ever miss it? The key to solving the puzzle lay in two pieces of information put forward by the detectives. First, the large splatter of blood at the crime scene. Second, the victim had been dead for some time. Based on my shallow understanding, I can only draw two conclusions. One is that the murderer did not need to create a locked room case, because a locked room always needs a reason to exist. But, based on the detective's description, this locked room did not delay the discovery of the body. There was no third party at the crime scene to frame, and the blood everywhere didn't look like a faked suicide. That being so, the murderer seems to have no reason for creating a locked room. There is also reason to speculate that if the crime scene was a locked room, then its creator might not necessarily be the murderer. As for my second conclusion, it's even more obvious still. When everyone broke into the scene of the crime, why did the assistant rush off to staunch the blood? A trained professional was somehow happily destroying a crime scene just to save someone who's obviously been dead a while. The answer is simple. It's because the assistant detective is the murderer. At the time, I was in such a hurry that I didn't hear the whole mystery. I tentatively speculated that the murderer had killed the victim the night before, but hadn't locked the door from the inside. And so, when he learned this piece of information, he realized that the victim had created their own locked room mystery. That's why he had to rush to the crime scene as soon as possible, to confirm whether or not the victim left any evidence implicating him. And, judging by his behavior, it probably had something to do with that canvas. Like some final words. Of course, this is just a simple mind game. The answer to the puzzle isn't important. Miss Sparkle just wanted to pass on one hint to me. That the murderer is the assistant detective. Which means it's you, Mr. Sampo. I've been using this term of address, but it was you who first came up with it.
Has anyone ever told you that you're more like a detective than a memo keeper?
In my opinion, there is no difference between the two. Follow ripples along the surface of the water. Use some abilities and tricks to keep diving deeper, and touch that secret deep inside people's hearts. Salvage it, and protect them carefully. The truth does not lie. Neither do memories.
Exquisite reasoning, and very close to the truth. But I have another answer. Would you like to hear it?
Another answer?
The great artiste Sparkle locked herself away in her bedroom, using red paint to create the semblance of spattered blood everywhere. And that assistant detective who was first on the scene, who confirmed her death, was not the murderer, but rather an accomplice who assisted her in faking her own death.
What a pity. Such a pity. My dear, you were so close to the right answer. Unfortunately, the right answer is... Miss Sparkle's body. Sparkle was disguised as Sparkle's body. Ding-a-ling! I won!
What?
Does Miss Sparkle's body even count as a real character?
Why not? Miss Sparkle's
I mean, well,
body
Sparkle's like, hey, look,
appeared in
I
all
win,
three
so
of
I
their
don't care.
scripts just then.
Oh, I get it. In Sparkle's riddle, she portrayed herself as the murder victim in all the stories.
It's a little bit forced, but it's fine. So, who is this Mr. Sampo, then?
Beautiful lady, I already confessed everything to you earlier on. I really didn't know a thing. I just helped a friend send a letter. That's all.
So I've been running a fool's errand this whole time.
My dear, why so serious?
That's the fourth time she said why so serious in some form or another. I swear to God, shit, this kid grew up watching Dark Knight and got influenced too much by Heath Ledger's Joker. I swear. Heck, it's probably why she even joined the Masked Falls. She was like, that's close enough.
You take memories, and I get joy. We get what we need from each other. Seeing as we're such kindred spirits, but also such loners. Why don't you come and work with me? Ooh, we can dance ballet together.
Oh?
Sparkle wants Black Swan on her side.
Understanding this correctly?
Yeah, she. I think Sparkle set up all of this. Like, I know, like, there's like kind of like jokey Sparkle messing around, but I think Sparkle, in all seriousness, set up all of this to see just how smart Black Swan actually is. Even though the game was rigged from the start, for her, she's like, oh no, Black Swan's actually an extremely intelligent person. I kind of want her on my side.
A show of unprecedented splendor is about to be staged in Penacony. If you're too late to take the stage, you can work behind the scenes. If you want to appreciate this drama, you have to stand up under that spotlight as you take the stage and watch the dancing envelop you. Come with me. This is the best seat in the house.
I don't really understand why you're so fixated on destroying family barriers. But, as I said before, a memo keeper can't help you. It's frankly above my pay grade. Also, I don't consider you a loner. Oh, I don't mean him, but rather behind you. The one who hired you to come to Penacony probably doesn't want you secretly linking up with other forces, right?
How did you know?
Memory is like the deep blue sea. But if you try to catch 2 fish with 1 cast, you might not be satisfied with your catch.
So, you mean you're refusing? Memo Keeper, did you think you could just leave?
Ooh, I kind of like this. You know what this angle? It's I don't know why my brain went straight to it, but it kind of took me straight to Yakuza Kiwami, and this is Kiryu about to stare down Nishiki. Also, I'm screenshotting it. I'm taking a lot of screenshots. There's a lot of good camera angles and positions in this.
Why not?
And now Sparkle's going to try and threaten to get away.
My dear, I don't want to scare you. You'll know the answer sooner or later. We're just getting to know each other a little today. If you ever change your mind, come find me at the tavern. That is,
Sparkle, you are so small. Oh, the top of her head barely reaches. It's like, I think the top of her head is still below Black Swan's collarbone. Like, just like this angle really emphasizes how small Sparkle is.
Let's go, Sampo? Sampo. Who is Sampo?
This is Bellabug, right?
Oh, what did Black Swan do?
I said, why not?
Yeah, she just messed with them.
Don't worry. Such a crude approach violates my statics of memory. So once you leave my sight, you'll be able to remember everything again. And also, I'm sorry, my dear. My dream dance partner? I've already got sights on someone else.
She's talking about Acheron, but she's come on. This is, like I said, this is a very screenshotable story quest. So this is all before the events, got it.
What a special dream this has been. Did you notice its nested structure? Being part of a play inside the dreamscape is as weird and captivating as being in a dream.
Oh, I didn't realize Dr. Edward's eye actually kind of follows you. Ooh.
That's the end of Miss Black Swan's dream bubble. Are you satisfied with your experience? I noticed that the people in your dream were familiar to you. It's worth repeating that dreams are just dreams. And in Penacony,
I forgot that Star Rail's character quests aren't like Genshin character quests, that we're kind of already like nearly done, I think. If not, this is like concluding. But that also explains a lot.
someone else's dreamscape. If there's any information that you'd like to confirm, please do so by the cold hard.
Sparkle tried to get on Black Swan's side, which was inadvertently alerted Black Swan that there's something coming, which is why she was so prepared. But she was already had some things in place because she was already eyeing up Acheron to try and figure out what's going on with her, hence she's a dance partner. I'm guessing at some point that Sampo actually was here.
Really?
Oh.
I wouldn't do anything to her.
Don't worry about that, Memo Keeper. Let's talk about my thing. I've helped you out with everything you've asked, as agreed. Shouldn't you give my mask back to me now?
I know, I was going to say, I'm sure Sampo is one of the Masked Fools.
Since when did the masked fools suddenly start respecting agreements? Just kidding. I loved seeing that look on your face. Take this key to the tavern cellar, third barrel on the left. You never saw me. But Sampo, after all this time, what made you suddenly want to take back your mask? This doesn't seem like the Sampo I know. Let me guess. A catastrophe is coming to Urello 6. Am I right?
Not another one. Bron, I say that. I was going to say, Bron, you can't take it, but the last catastrophe, Bron, you had to deal with tax collectors. I think once you can survive taxes, I think you're fine.
Well, no comment about that. But I love that line you said. If you're too late to take the stage, you can work behind the scenes. That really makes sense.
God, Jesus Christ, I know Sampo's kind of on the taller end of the spectrum as well, but Jesus Christ, Sparkle.
Sometimes even an old-timer like me feels like taking the stage and making a fool
I think,
out of
and it's going to sound
myself.
weird, I think one of the reasons why I noticed it so much is that a lot of games I ended up playing when I was a kid, for like obvious reasons of like tech limitations and whatnot, a lot of them shared the same base model, so I was used to almost the entire cast always being like identically heighted. Unless it was like a super cartoony game where they could just mess with the models more. So then like nowadays, you know, many years on, anytime I see a game where like the character heights between like characters are just really contrasting and very different, it just throws me off. I just spot it all the time because look at that. That's like that's the 5'10" to 6 foot experience there. How tall is Sparkle? Is she? I need to see like a comparison between her and the gambling girl to see who's the smallest between the two, because it's got to be close.
Forget it. You'll be doing me a favor if you stay away from
Well, I genuinely think she's smaller
After all,
than
the
Silver
elation that Miss
Wolf.
Sparkle seeks isn't something old Sempo can stand by. Go tell Giovanni I said hi.
Fine, I'm just spitballing here. Don't take it so seriously.
That's her favorite word.
Why so?
Fucking she's Joker. I'm not giving that up. She grew up watching Dark Knight, and it's affected her mind. It's poisoned her. And the worst part is that I can say that because Dark Knight is a long time ago now. Hazel, I imagine you've already seen that dream bubble. But relax, I just want to know if anyone has come looking for you yet. What's up? I'll make this simple. The full name Sparkle is currently searching all over the place for that dream bubble. I do not know what her intentions are, but allowing it to slip into her hands will only make the situation more confusing. Hazel, can you do me a favor and go to reclaim that dream bubble? Of course. Your attitude is reassuring. I will go with you. But I don't remember where that dream bubble was left. Can you remind me? I'm curious, how does the Memo Keeper forget a memory? Are you really Black Swan? You figured me out. Well, I'm not a true Memo Keeper after all. Yeah, it's Sparkle. Can't believe you figured me out so quickly, how dull. Pranks are all about the back and forth. You've seen how much fun I have with that Memo Keeper. You should learn from her, young Nameless. This is just a beginning. I'll be back. Bring it on. We'll see you Tricks Whom next time. Trophy unlocked. The dance is on. Complete the companion mission. Challenge to the reader. Is this actually Black Swan this time? Hazel, imagine you've seen that dream bubble. Relax, I just want to know if anyone's come looking for you yet. What happened? You may know some very interesting young fool, Sparkle. She recently got into disguising herself as other people. Hazel, she tried this with you already. Wait, then... If that's the case, you could be Sparkle in disguise too. I see you on high alert. What would you have me do to prove that I am me? Some unique actions you do out of habit, like looking at a mirror a lot. But if that little Miss Ford excels in observation, there is a chance she could have perfectly imitated everything about a person. I think that is the only thing that can okay, you're going too fast, Black Swan. Differentiate someone from another is their memories. There's no way for an outsider to completely steal or imitate every ounce of a person's memory. It's just like when we met in Penacony, is it not? A strange dreamland surrounding us, a series of strange murders, people with differing dreams, the truth that lies beneath the water's surface. Do I need to go on? I think that's enough. I can't be the one doing all the talking. By your logic, you should also have to prove that you are not Sparkle, Hazel. Huh? I'm just joking. As a memo keeper, I naturally know who the person is on the other side of my screen. Miss Sparkle's pranks are not without their benefits. If she is able to make us re-examine what we have seen and think about appearance and reality of the dreamscape, this is also the reason that I have shared the dream bubble with you. Alright, looks like she hasn't caused any major damage. I will put my mind at ease. Talk to you again soon. That was fun. Also, they did establish during it, and it gives me more food to it. She said, the people that Miss Sparkle killed at the first, Black Swan said, okay, upon being killed, they just woke up, and they're currently, like, in a different dreamscape because, you know, they were a little disheveled by it to kind of make them feel safe. So, yeah, if you die in a dream, you do just wake up in real life. You don't die. So my theory of Firefly and Robin still being alive still stands as far as I'm concerned. Wait a minute, I just realised, Black Swan, usually when you do these quests, they show up at your, as like a potential guest at the parlor car. She didn't. Right? It didn't come up saying that she had. I can check, but I'm pretty sure it didn't. Yeah, no, we only got Misha. Okay, we finished that hella quick. Yeah, we were an hour and 20 in. Oof. And yeah, I don't want to wrap up yet. Let's do some chit chat. We can do this and do some chit chat because I'm working on Black Swan anyway. Let me change the pin message for people who are coming in though, so people will come in know that we're done and we're just kind of doing things. So I'll just put like finish the. There. So if you're just joining us, we have just finished the companion mission. It was super fun and really cheeky. We got a better idea of Black Swan and her fun side, as well as more of an idea, okay, of Sparkle and what she's up to. What I'm working on is I want to try and get these. For anyone who's curious, I'm trying to get these for Black Swan. I mean, we can also try and get these. Well, I don't know where I'd use them for, but it's just nice to have. I always do the hunt. When I first started, I did destruction a whole bunch. And when I started struggling, I eventually swapped to preservation. But nowadays, I'm pretty comfortable with the hunt. The hunt's really good. But yeah, whilst we're doing this, and just kind of vibing, something to talk about. Tomorrow, I'll talk about the schedule. Tomorrow I'm going to be off. Because Wednesday might be a longer-ish stream. Or at least the plan is to be a longer-ish stream. Due to the Tomb Raider Remaster Collection coming out. Which I'm super excited for. Not really sure why it doesn't have a Platinum on the PS5 version, but does on PS4. I'd like to think there's like something going on that just makes it that they can't for whatever reason, but it still comes across hella weird. to me. Especially because of how many trophies it's got. If you aren't aware, each Tomb Raider game has close to 100 trophies. It's an absurdly stacked list. Sure. So I wasn't going to get the Platinum anyway because modern Tomb Raiders have some of the, like, the evilest trophy lists I can think of. Like they are really grindy and obnoxious and take forever. But I still want to go through it all, and the fact that it doesn't have a Platinum on the PS5 version but does on PS4 is just hecka weird. Nice. I'm destroying every single thing we can as we go because one of the pickups you can get, or one of the, I can't remember if it's a curio or a blessing, I think it's a curio, makes it that every item you've destroyed boosts your attack by like a set percentage. If we happen to get that, then we've already destroyed a lot, and I'm pretty sure it acts retroactively as well. I'm aware that if I want to clear this place out, I'm going to have to get fuel, but we'll be fine.
Don't mess it.
I'm pretty sure, like, the auto didn't need to go extra hard, but whatever. We don't have a shield.
Enemies ahead. Show your courage.
The moon shines on the truth.
Oh, I will show like my usual routine for dealing with the elite enemies, though. It's Jinglio. It's I do this once, and then I just do boop, 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 and then let it play out.
Fiends or devils.
Because that gives us the raw attack boost. This gives us the crit damage boost.
Crush them.
Then Jinglio just rips through.
Disappear among the sea of
and Zila finishes.
Illusions of the past.
Or at least gets close enough to finish. There we go. Oh, come on, give me a gold hunt. Fine, I'll take preservation. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh yeah, I'm actually gonna have to use fuel. No, I need attack. I need attack and wind damage. I need attack rope and wind damage orb. Or sphere. Oh, I thought I had Bronyo. I just held up left. Oh, absolutely give me that. Oh, heck yes. That one. I usually go to the turn of person of highest attack, then the energy boost, then the double use if I get that far.
What a headache. Who's next?
Stand down.
I can do this! Give me strength! Your assistance is timely.
Oh, she got hit with slow. I saw that.
Lend me your strength.
Tedious. Blade of moonlight.
Alright, now we can worry about the rest.
Troublesome.
Come on. Fine, I'll take another preservation. Nah. Yeah, weakness break, get an extra turn. Oh, I thought this enemy wasn't close enough, huh? Alright.
What a headache.
But yeah, the rest of the week, are, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is going to be Tomb Raider. I am planning on streaming Saturday as well, because I want to try and get back to my rhythm of taking the Sundays off. I ended up taking yesterday off because I ended up busy in the morning, and even though I could have maybe streamed in the afternoon, I was kind of tired. So I eventually just decided, you know what, no, I'll let it sit. Not that any people would have showed up, because I think the Super Bowl started in the end. Not that I have much interest in that. I'm sorry, I'm not American. Yeah, sure, I'll take the abundance boost. I'm sure it was fine though, and I'm happy that your team won, or sorry that your team lost, or whatever. The only Super Bowl I'm interested in is the M Superb Owls. Additionally, whilst we're working through this, I have said before that I am planning to take a break at some point in March. I do kind of have it in mind. At first it was going to be like the second week of March, but I might make it like the last week of March is what I'm kind of thinking of. Just because April is going to have Stellar Blade and potentially Library of Ruiner as well. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do Stellar Blade. It depends how I feel closer to the time. Everything I've seen on it does look super interesting. It's just, it's £70 in the UK, and if you want, you're welcome to do like the how much that is in dollars, but it's not the correct price.
Don't mess with me.
Shall we say? It is not the price it should be. The convergence is always awful in the UK, so it's really put me off getting it straight away. And Library of Ruiner, I'd love to show off that game and bring more attention to it, because I think it's a very fascinating game. It came out before on PC, and you don't need anything to run it. It's like 2D artwork, a lot of it, with very simplified effects. But it's genuinely really, really interesting. Yeah, sure, I'll take max damage, can be absorbed by a shield. And so I might not do all of it, because it's kind of like a chunky game, it takes a lot of work. But I do want to at least show it off, so I'll probably do a stream or two on it when it comes out. And then I want to actually get back to the things that I wanted to get back to.
Blade of moonlight.
There we go. You know, like, we've got Caligula Effect 2 at some point I want to do. We've got Allied Dusk I want to do at some point. We've got the Trail series I want to start at some point. Like, we're going to be busy with RPGs. I do want to get to other things as well. I don't want it to only be RPGs, but we're certainly going to be busy with mostly them for a lot of this year. The only thing is that when FF7 Rebirth comes out, although it won't be strictly the only thing I'll be playing, it will be the most dominant thing, because I know that game's going to be long, and I don't want it to take forever to get through. So it'll be like 9 out of 10 streams will be FF7 Rebirth until it's done. I just hope it doesn't have a recording block. That's the only concern I have, because Remake has a recording block. 16 didn't, but it's also a different team within the company, and the other team might have a different mentality on how they handle it. But we'll have to see. If it is, then we'll sort that when we sort it. I'll take another. Oh, dang! I could always get that lucky. Imaginary fire, come on! I mean, I'll keep a hold of this one because I can compare it and see if anyone else could use it. I know I don't need the fire one. Actually, do I have an imaginary nihility character? I don't think I do. Because the only one I probably do somewhere if I looked, but the only ones I really care about, one's Wind, because that's Black Swan who we're working on. One's Quantum, which is Silverwolf, and one is a Lightning, which is Kafka. Oh, and he's also going to be annoying because it's the Lawfu enemies. The more I think on it, the more I genuinely think the Lawfu story arc, it's not that I think it's bad. A lot of people say it's bad and I don't agree with that. But I do think it's way less interesting and way more kind of all over the place than what Eurilo 6 had. Eurilo 6 felt a lot more focused and like it knew what it wanted to do and what it was trying to be, and you just do it. whilst Lawfu felt like it was more kind of all over the place, and I can't wait to go back there every single Chinese New Year. I mean, we haven't this time because it lined up a little too perfectly with the current update with 2.0, so I don't think they could really justify it, but still. I don't really need to do that yet.
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
Tedious. Blade of moonlight.
I'll do that. I don't know if that's going to give enough energy for Bronya. No, it doesn't. I had to check though.
All will be revealed.
So if it did, I would have done Bronya's ult first to kind of boost Leo more.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
But we should be able to do this before the end of the turn anyway.
Only a scratch.
I mean, heck, this will do most of the work for me.
Don't mess with me.
So I think that will kill. You should get a bonus if you do it in under 2 turns. Use that ultimate, they inherit critical boost. Yeah, sure. Nice, we got all 3. And this will be the last bit, and then we got Kafka. And we've got to see if my build is awful or whether it's okay.
Knees ahead. Up for
Show your courage.
The moon shines on the truth.
Alright, Kafka, be nice.
Great.
Stand down. Blade of moonlight.
That's not much. Yeah, screw it. I won't use all of them because I'll save Sealer
I'll crush them all.
for now.
Enter the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
Lend me your strength.
Yeah, and that's why I thought I'd wait, because then I can do it on this phase.
Disappear among the sea of
It won't
butterflies.
immediately put Kafka back down again, but it will be a nice head start.
Not so fast.
Who will it be?
Troublesome. What a headache.
I can do this, and now there's no suggestions. Oh, because I have, like, you know, Kafka set up, I did the Forgotten Hall, and had a fight with Kafka, and she used, like, the psychological suggestion on her, and I got an achievement for it. It's like for getting, no, I think she did the psychological domination thing, and it's like for being dominated by Kafka as Kafka. And I was like, okay.
All will be
I will just drop this again,
in lunar flame.
so we get an extra point in the ult, in the super form.
Get them.
I'm scared. Give me strength.
Thanks.
Ready? Try harder.
What a headache.
Lend me your strength. This battle is unavoidable.
The speed boost. The speed boost overrid and made Bronya go again on her own turn. Bruh. Okay, we'll take the free, 16% damage? Yep. Ow.
Take a guess.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again. Don't mess with me. Who's next?
You'll pay for this.
I'm scared.
Stay put.
Protect me. Protect me.
Save it for your own
Hold everyone
skin.
back again.
No, Wawa. I don't want you to go twice.
How do you like that? Troublesome. What a headache. I'm scared.
Stay put.
Give me strength.
Your assistance
Stand
is timely.
Blade of moonlight.
Now we get to play a fun game of Will It Kill?
These are devils.
It's like I've just hit a critical art in Tekken 8. I'm like, will it kill? Is it close enough?
Crush them.
In lunar flame.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Hey.
We shall take back what we lost.
I know I'm gonna have to restock fuel. Thankfully, I only have to do it once. I mean, I don't have much fuel. Lightning. I'll have to have a look. I think I've got a different set for Kafka. Defense, health. Oh, come on! I think I've got a different set for Kafka, but I have to have a look. And then we can do it again for free because we've got 4 of these now. So if we do the run through again, we'll get the rest. But then we have a look at what we picked up first. Yeah, because she uses it too. But none of these were quantum. Whilst Kafka, I use the Glamour set. Because of the speed boost and stuff. So yeah, no, neither of them are helpful for me. So you know what that means? Oh, if you play it yourself, I don't recommend you do this too often, but I do. Do as I say, not as I do. I salvage 5 stars I don't need. To try and min-max, like, ones I do want. Where is it? There it is. Fuck. Oh, sure. Then I'm just gonna go straight back in. Oh, I haven't, if you're curious, I haven't messed with Simulated Universe or this stuff at all. I really haven't. I'm not that interested. At least not yet. I'll probably do it eventually, just not yet. Alright, run it back. Ceasefire. Ooh. None of these are great. I guess I'll take Black Hole Trap, because that's the one where I don't have to think so much. None of them are great, though. Yeah, I'll do this run-back run, see what we get, and then I will wrap up. Just because there really isn't too much else to do. But that was a fun story quest, though. I know I keep going back to it, but it's something to talk about as we go. It gave us more of an idea of who the characters are. The fact that Sampo is actually there, and not literally just Sparkle messing with us, was kind of the surprise, if anything. Because I thought Sampo wasn't there full stop, and it was Sparkle from the beginning. But now we know that Sampo was there at least at some point. Maybe it was at one of those instances. I say the first instance, maybe that potentially was Sampo. I still think it wasn't because of how he spoke and how he was. And the delivery of his voice in that bit compared to every other bit, even afterwards, is questionable. Like, it was higher pitched. And I think that was deliberate. I don't think that was like, oh, different direction for the character. I think it was deliberate to make you go, hang on a minute, this doesn't sound like Sampo.
Who's next? Lend me your strength.
But after this stream, when we next come back to Star Rail, it will be when 2.1 drops. Like I said, same with the other update, we're going to stick to just the main story. Once the main story done, unless it's like a very specific character quest I'm interested in, we're going to I will leave it until like the 3.0 sort of thing and onwards. Because I don't want the channel to get overburdened, because I do Genshin almost every update. The only updates I don't do for Genshin, and I'll keep doing this, so just sort of like a heads up for people that are interested, the holiday / like summertime updates, so like the 0.8, where it's like, hey, here's your temporary area, and like your break, relax sort of thing. even though like the past couple have been kind of interesting, I'm okay not doing them and just kind of making that like my one where I take a break, so I don't burn out before like the next big update. Especially because Fontaine was huge. I mean, look at my playlist. Look at my livestream playlist for how much time we spent on Fontaine. Fontaine's main story arc was gargantuan, and so I kind of want to like I'm kind of expecting it to be the norm. That like Natlan will be pretty big. Sneznaya, I imagine, will be super big because it's not just Sneznaya's story. It will be telling a lot of like wrap up, starting to get some parts of the narrative closed. But to actually give my thoughts on Penacony so far, I genuinely really love Penacony's story. I think the characters are all really interesting. I hesitate to say I love the characters because that's kind of the point. You're not really supposed to love a lot of them. A lot of them are trying to deceive you and mess with you. Like, I despise Aventine. I don't trust that bitch at all. Like, he's such a terrible person. And Sparkle's genuinely a horrible human being in it for herself. But we did get to see a little bit more of the charming side of her this time around, which was kind of appreciated.
The moon shines on the truth.
We got to see a little bit more of like what goes on behind the surface. I also still find it really funny that she literally admits that she's kind of bigoted. Like if you pick that it's the Pepeshi. I had to think what it was called. I nearly said the Pepsi, so that's why I had to think for a second. That the fact that he goes, well, yeah, she has been bullying him a lot for like bigot. She's a low-key bigot, I think the words were. Which was...
They've entered the storm. To guard and defend, crush them.
And the fact that she was like straight up flirting with Black Swan. I know she wasn't flirting romance. She was flirting because she wants to get Black Swan on her side. But it was still kind of like interesting the lengths she was going to try and get Black Swan on her side. Just for Black Swan to just basically pause their memories until she left.
Among the sea of butterflies.
Also, because we killed 2 enemies, we got our ult back because you get energy back for weakness breaks.
In lunar flame.
For that hunt bonus we got. So I can just do that again and the fight's over. And I'll use this. It's fucking defense. It's so hard to give me one that's attack. And then even then, I'm probably not going to get decent substats on it, but then that'd be the grind. Sure. Hey, nice, I got 2. Mixing it up a little bit, because I got they just take damage last time. Alright, what we got? Extra consume points, but basically attacks will get more afterwards. Energy fix. Reduce damage, yeah, sure, just in case we get... There's been a couple times where like, I've had like just real bad luck on what I pick up. And because my team isn't the best team in the world, I struggle a little bit at the end.
Always a weakness.
Bronya, you're gonna keep on shooting things forever? Jesus Christ.
Stand.
I'm gonna hold everyone.
Get them.
I'm scared.
Stay put.
Give me strength. Your assistance is timely. Don't
Let's do this, speed it up.
Blade of moonlight.
Oh goodness, this thing's turbo dead. Yep. The first slash and the health bar vanished. You didn't even need to see the rest of the attacks. The first slash made the health bar die.
Lend me your strength.
Bump. Nice, they fly by. And see, this could make up for like all the fighting we haven't been doing because there's been so much story. You know, I haven't actually messed with the other paths too much. I think once I have built my Nihility characters properly, I might do a run trying taking like the path of Nihility to see like what bonuses you get and how it works out. Because there are a few I just haven't tried. Or haven't really tried, because I've just like, I haven't really, my team's not really built for it. It was like I said, I've done Destruction, and Destruction was my main for a while, but it just stopped being like optimal for my team. The protective one, the one with the shields, I forget what it's called. I think it's just called Protection. Hey, the code's been fixed, nice. Was my backup one, but sometimes, especially on one particular boss, the child, the boy, having loads of defense but little offense will make you just unable to win that fight anyway. You need to have a good offense. So eventually I tried the hunt, and afterwards I was like, oh wait, the hunt's really good. And then the rest was history. Because sometimes you just get instances like this, where only Zila took turns that entire fight.
Enemies ahead. Up for
Show
a
your
scrap?
courage. The moon shines on the truth.
Great.
Also, since I'm making a change, I haven't done the actual update video. Next time I do an update video, I'll bring it up more, even though it's already been a thing for like a week. On these streams, when like we're done with a project, I changed the number, or like the session number, to just say fin for like finished. I'm not gonna do that because even though we're done for like the next 7 weeks, we're not done with this story arc. So when we come back, when this 2.1 drops, I can just call that session 5.
Disappear among the
And it'll only be once like the whole story's done that then I'll call it like finished.
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
Ready for dinner.
Because yeah, for those you aren't aware, I cleaned up the titles for all my streams to just say the game, then line it off, what number session it is, line it off, and then whatever subtitle I come up with. Because it's at least for me, especially with games with longer names, like, you know, Honkai Star Rail, it starts to look a little cluttered. And so far it's proven successful. I've seen an increase in views. Preservation was the word I was thinking of, by the way. Actually, I'll take it. How many do I have? Yeah. Go on. I know I won't be able to afford a curio, but go on. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Yeah, we're not going to be able to afford anything here. But that's fine. We got a huge crit boost to everyone. Does it say on the character screen the crit boost? Ah, no, it doesn't. Actually, it might on this screen. Yeah, 340%. Jesus Christ. So they're really going to feel those crits when they're hit.
Who's next? I'll end your misery.
Zila. She's gonna get another turn from that.
I'll end your misery.
And it's a stacked turn because of the weakness break on top of it. Now she's gonna get another turn. Zila. There you go, a turn's finally over.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Blade of moonlight.
And now this is guaranteed quit, so it's gonna do insane damage. Just in case I get bullied, I'll take the defense boost. What we got here? I'll do the 4 cycles. Okay, is it going to be the big ice guy again? Because I never remember any enemies' names in this game.
Great.
The Frigid Prowler.
Tedious.
Which, to be fair, I suppose could be actually a criticism. Unlike a lot of RPGs, I never remember the names of enemies in this game. I remember what they look like. They have like standout designs, so you always know what it is. But I never remember names. If the game said, "Oh, go track down like, specific creature, this one, I'd be like, what you on about? I mean, like, if we weren't fighting a Frigid Prowler and the game said, go find a Frigid Prowler, I wouldn't know what it's talking about. I'd assume it's like a dog.
Blade of moonlight.
This is what I wanted.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
I'm gonna miss having Bronya on the team though, because I think Bronya is gonna be the one I'll end up trading off.
In lunar flame.
Either for Acheron or Sparkle, depending on what Sparkle's kit is.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
Because we know so little. We know she's coming, but we know so little.
Lend me your strength.
And we know she's coming because she has a, like, she's, you know, confirmed for 2.2, she has a playable model, she has a weapon that she can use in combat, she has a light cone. A 5-star light cone. Also, yeah, because someone in the last stream said that she's a 4-star, and I found absolutely nothing to back that up, so I don't think that's true. Do I have any points? Okay, no, I don't have enough.
Enemies ahead. Up for
Show
a
your
scrap?
courage.
The moon shines on the truth.
Great.
Tedious. Blade of moonlight.
Don't come any.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
I probably should have put it to auto, it's just to get through the rest of these. In fact, I'm going to turn auto off now because I realised, like, I was going on autopilot a little too hard there. I was like, oh, hang on a minute.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Ah, no crit.
Lend me your strength.
Ready. Nowhere to run.
Jesus.
Protect me! Protect me!
Your assistance is
fast. How does that feel?
That effect there, the dominated. You get hit by that if you're playing as Kafka, you get an achievement for it. Like an in-game achievement.
ready.
Who will it be?
Ah, whoops.
I'm scared!
Oh, I'm still playing as Firefly. God damn it, I thought it went to I thought it went to her turn, it did not. What gave it away is that it said it went to target 3 people. I was like, hang on a minute, her boost doesn't target 3 people.
Who's next? Zoning out.
If her ability to turn boost affected 3 party members, it would be... she would be the most broken character in the game.
Who's next?
No, I want to build up energy.
Give me strength!
Your assistance is timely.
Blade of moonlight.
Hey, you ready for the loop again, Kafka? It's coming.
Crush them all!
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
All will be revealed. In lunar flame.
I'll freeze. Disappear among the sea
I
of butterflies.
don't think this is going to kill, unless we get a really
Illusions
good
of the
crit.
past. This
We did
battle
not.
is unavoidable.
I need to... I do need to rework some of the main party's relic sets, but I'm just trying to build other characters a little bit, and they're... I'm at the point where it's like, I'm fine as they are. I just need to rework a few things.
For everybody, watch your feet.
That doesn't fall!
Alright, last phase.
How do you like
Try
that?
harder.
Take a guess.
You'll pay. Zoning out.
Ow.
Does that sting?
Don't mess with me. Who's next?
Stand. Blade of moonlight.
I'm scared!
Stay put!
Protect me! Protect me!
Save it for your own skin.
Get them!
Don't be scared. Something for everybody. Oops.
Lend me your strength.
Nowhere to run.
That should be game. I can put it on auto. That should be game.
Fiends or
Because you got the damage boost off of Bronya, and then we're going to get the double stack as well.
To
If
guard
Jing
and
Leo
defend.
doesn't finish it off,
Crush them.
Zila should. Especially if Zila gets that
Lunar
crit.
flame.
disappear among
Get
the sea
that
of
crit.
fireflies.
Gonna get that crit.
Illusions of the past.
She did not get that fucking crit. I really need to rework some Zealous kit.
Don't mess with hooks. We shall
Genuinely,
take
like, that's the
what we
only
must.
thing that's wrong with Zeala. Her crit rate is like 38%. Alright. Damn it. That's not even what we want. Damn it. Maybe I will have to check, because effect hit rate, that might be good for Silver Wolf. So it's not a complete bust. I mean, let me check, and then I will wrap it up, because I can do, like, clean up as we go. Oh, yes, we can change this. Fucking, what button's the one that lock it? They've changed it. Great. Great. Fantastic. That's why I was so confused. Ugh. Compared to... Now I'll keep this. Oh, it auto resets and snaps it back, huh? Alright. Alright, same again. Actually, is that even enough? I don't actually know if that's enough to let us... Okay, no, we're good. Alright, end with a W, please. Wind. Can't get shit! Yeah, let me just clear these out. Yeah, no, okay, can't get shit. And I need to... I'm not rolling on the extra banner again, because I need to start saving for Acheron if I want to get her. Which, to be fair, we're on 10 rolls. So fucking, we're on the board, lads. But yeah, I'm going to call it here. I know it's a bit of on the shorter end. Only barely over 2 hours, but we've done the extra story like we wanted to. I think it gets added to the timeline. Or the Fates Atlas. Yeah. In the memories left behind by Black Swan, you experience deeply Miss Sparkle's detective theatre. Best not to nitpick at the intricacies of the plan she fought so hard to come up with, lest her cane knocks on your doors at unexpected times. I got some cool screenshots out of it. Her, like, being dead, quote unquote, and then, like, revealing herself to be alive was kind of cute. The fucking detective hat she wore when she was setting it all up was really funny. But yeah, we are kind of all done. I did do these off screen. Oh, as a fair warning, when you're doing, like, the emotion quests, which, if you know what I'm talking about, you can mess with characters' emotions, or mess with, like, NPCs' emotions, and a lot of them lead to quests. Several characters are, like, going through different forms of depression. Don't ever pick the jokey answer if you think it's a jokey answer, because your actions do matter a little bit. It didn't happen to me, thankfully, because I kind of read the room and I was like, eh. But there's a point where in one of the side quests, a character is debating taking their own life, and you have to talk them down a bit, and in every instance, you can just say, oh, what do I care? I never clicked it, because I read the room, I was like, I think something's a bit sus here. I then found out afterwards that some people did click it, and they do just jump, and I was like, oh shit. So, my little warning for you, if you spot people with, like, emotional quests and it seems to be getting a little serious, respond seriously, because there are consequences for you not doing so. From the distance, I thought these two had sunglasses on. Also, because I've done a lot of the side quests, I've maxed out the Clocky statue. And it is exactly how you think it works if you've done Genshin updates before. It says max level reached, wait for future updates. So once the next update comes out, there will be more levels in the statue. I do think they got the right approach about it though. In Genshin, they show you every level up until its finale, and then just cap you at certain points. With this one only showing you as far as you can go anyway, it's just the smarter move. So you don't know how much further it gets, and you don't get what Genshin has, where we know there's another update to Fontaine coming at some point, because the map's not finished. The statue isn't finished. Sort of deal. But I digress. I am going to call it here. Once again, I am off again tomorrow. I know it's been on again, off again, on again, off again, but that will change, because, you know, Wednesday is going to be kind of hectic with Tomb Raider. And the biggest thing with Tomb Raider 1 that's going to be interesting is that my muscle memory is completely built of Tomb Raider Anniversary, not Tomb Raider Original. So although I'll know what I'm doing, the Anniversary being a proper... Hey, do you want to come off that edge? Being like a proper remaster of the original, and Anniversary being a full remake that reworks a number of puzzles, my muscle memory is going to get me screwed a number of times. Nonetheless, ending your life by jumping off a building in a dream is like trying to kill yourself with a balloon. Absolutely impossible. Don't take your own life anyway. Take my own life, alas. It's a shame that this is nothing more than a meaningless show. The woman steps back to safety after hearing you. There is no death in dreams. Hey, Firefly's not dead. The greatest punishment is a return to the harsh reality. A tragedy never concludes, but rather takes on a different form to begin anew. As a detective, I can't believe I couldn't figure it out. What's on your mind? I was just wallowing in self-pity as a loser. I've gone through many things in my life, most of which aren't worth mentioning, but some are so infuriating that they leave me shaking in anger in the middle of the night. I've squandered many chances and made the wrong decisions many times. My life is like a pair of muddy boots that gets heavier with each step I take. Perhaps those things are destined to happen to a detective as incompetent as me. Alright.
Tragedy doesn't come...
This is what I mean. This is one of like the quests that you can unlock, sort of thing. Also, I'll do this in my spare time. It's just another little thing. But it's another little side quest you can get. Guess my Soul addiction is acting up again. They take a sip or two somewhere. Nothing beats plain water. Water can't compare to Soul Glad. You got Soul Glad when you're in Penacony. Speaking of, her eyes seem hesitant. She runs her fingers through her hair, seemingly contemplating what to say next. You're a good person. Thanks, you too. Allow me to explain. You have a special demeanour that reminds me of my old self. Some label it as meddling, but I prefer to call it sense of responsibility. Although I won't really jump by dying off the bridge in a dream, you're the first one, besides the family, who's willing to lend me a hand in a long time. I won't really go bonkers after a few more deaths, waking. By the way, I still think I'm most normal compared to other weirdos here, haha. Come with me to Soul Glad's Club, we'll have a few bottles. Yeah, I'll worry about that then. But yeah, the Tomb Raider remaster stream, I love the Tomb Raider franchise, especially the classic era and the Legend era. I'm not the biggest person on the reboot or the Survivors era, so that stream could very easily end up on the longer end of things. If we finish Tomb Raider 1 in one stream, which for the record is, I don't think that will happen because I will explore every nook and cranny as we go. But if it does happen, I will only keep it as Tomb Raider 1 for that stream and then 2 on the next sort of thing. I have less memory of Tomb Raider 2 and 3, so I'll get looser as we go. So if I do Tomb Raider 1 in one stream, it won't happen for 2 and 3. But I digress. That will be on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so look forward to that. I hope you will, because I'm very excited. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, it only really helps this channel grow. Whether you watch live or in post, you're always appreciated. You're always welcome to hop in. Even if you're just a lingerer and a lurker and you don't feel like chatting, you're still always appreciated and don't think you're not. Additionally, you can find my Twitter in the description if you want me to my general updates. I'm aware most of my Twitter is just me liking or retweeting Sparkle, because I am in love with that character. Not Sparkle, sorry, Firefly. Jesus Christ. I'm that in love, huh? Firefly, because I love that character so much. But I do sometimes post my updates here, there, on the regular. Additionally, you can find my Patreon and PayPal if you wish to support my channel in any more direct ways. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.